Hello everyone and welcome back to HCW, the YouTube channel. My name is RateWrestle and we've got another wonderful review. We're joined once again with El Bastardo himself. How are you doing?
Hello, right. I'm all good, mate. All good.
It's hot.
Yes.
Was out today, absolutely rivetingly burning. Came back to play some FIFA on stream, raged for 2 hours, and now I'm here.
Sounds like a good day.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good.
And as I said, the guy that was supposed to do my fence hasn't turned up yet. It'll probably turn up when we're halfway through this, and I will rage some more. So you're joining me here to review the recent BCCW show, which was last Friday, which was the 9th. I'm going to go with Allen Sports Bar. Good show, I'll be honest overall, and that's the end of the review.
Just like that. It was great. Thank you. Good night.
Yeah, but yeah, so it kicked off with, we'll go straight into it. So the King of the Division Championship match, we had Lucia Lee versus the champion Luke Cashmere. So Lucia was joined by the BDK, Big Van Veska, MJ Grayson. So obviously it started really nicely. So Lucia Lee punched him in the dick. Start of the match. This was followed by a running knee and like a really close for nearly like freak out. I thought they were going to do it. I thought they were just going to. This is how Lucas Cashmere is going to lose the title after all this time.
Yeah, I thought he got done dirty straight away.
But eventually he kind of fought back into it. But then Lucia cut him off, and then she decided to humble him. In the honour of the Iron Sheik, which was nice. Out of all the people I thought that was going to humble someone, I didn't think Lucia Lee was going to be the one that was going to get the camel.
It was great. It was great.
Humbled. Then he fought back a bit more, Luke Cashmere, but there was just a lot of numbers games going on. He was getting distracted by MJ and Big Van Veska outside. But out of nowhere, so the ref was getting distracted as well, so you couldn't notice that the guys were kind of jumping in. But in the end, they were kind of getting frustrated, so they just started jumping in anyway. So Van Veska grabbed Lucas Cashmere on the rope, and Lucia Lee went for a big boot and just clobbered him completely on accident. And then this led to Lucas Cashmere just kind of getting the one-up. He did a frog splash for the win. And I rated 2 3/4.
After taking out the BDK, didn't he?
Yep.
Went over the ropes. It was very nice.
Yeah, so I rated 2 3/4. It was a good opener. Fun spots, mainly the numbers game working in favour of Lucia Lee, but in the end of the day, she didn't pick up the win, which is not good for her. And then obviously they got quite annoyed and decided to beat down Lucas Cashmere straight afterwards.
Yeah, poor bloke.
Yeah,
it was. I think it was a good fun opener for everybody. Plus, I think having the BDK there with Lucy, Lucas was just had everything stacked against him, didn't he?
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Like, no one thought Lucas was coming through on that, unless there was extra shenanigans or whatever else, or your Mystic Meg. But it was good. I love the way he ended up getting the upper hand on them. Even if it was quick and he got it and he boom.
He didn't piss about. He just went, you know what, I've got the upper hand, let's quickly win this before they jump back in. And then they did jump back in, but he was already the winner. So they were beating the absolute hell out of him. But out came Bev for the rescue. And he was no nonsense. The BDK just went, I want none of this, because you know when a man runs down, it's a house of fire. You just need to leave the ring. But Bev decided this wasn't the end of it, so he announced that we'll have a tag team match, and the BDK were very happy about this because obviously they've just beat the crap out of Lucas Cashmere. He's had a match, and now they're going to face two fresh men technically. But Bev then said, Lucas, you go have a shower," which was a weird kind of just leave.
Go on.
Yeah, just go have a shower, and he introduced a man himself, Carson Bailey, came down.
Yeah, Carson Bailey making his BCCW return.
Yep,
it's in ring in general. In ring return. Been away for a little while.
Yeah, I've never actually seen him live, so this was a treat for myself as well. And he brought a trash can full of plunder. Everyone loves plunder. And it just kicked off into the BDK not wanting anything to do with it, but then decided, you know what, we'll have a go. bit of a
I mean, he
brawl
wasn't
off.
really left with a lot of choice, though, thanks to the commissioner, was there?
Yeah, RC Chaos kind of just decided, yeah, why not?
Yeah,
Literally, really
yeah.
it.
No DQ, false count, just have the lot.
Yeah,
Or
you
yes,
deserve
please.
this. That's pretty much what it was. So yeah, it kicked off with them brawling off. So Carson and the Wesker burrowed off, and I think it was then Bev on top of MJ for a lot of the period.
Yeah.
Then Wesker kind of came out of nowhere after they brawled off, attacked MJ from MJ from behind. That would have been betrayal. Bev from behind. Then out of nowhere, Costin comes up and he's busted open because why not?
But he actually went into the wall
Yeah,
outside the door. Wesker threw him, and he went straight head first, straight up the wall, and in true Carson Bailey fashion, he got smashed.
yeah,
He
like,
took that right across the head.
yeah. And it wasn't just a typical, oh, there's a little stream of blood coming. He was just like,
Yeah. It grazed, basically, as he hit it, it cut it, but it also grazed him because he fell against the wall when Wesker threw him. So it was a nice little one, and it developed through the match into like an extra partner. So it was like a 3-on-2 by the end of it.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a weirdo with like I'd rather I hate grazing. Do you know when you you graze your knee or graze? I'd rather just get cut and then bleeding. Not saying I do it on a daily basis, but I hate like scraging it. It's horrible feeling. Like,
Yeah,
it just
irritating.
Yeah. But yeah, so Wesker, they were on top at that point. Then Kirkcast came down bloodied. Just weapons and just big men striking each other at that point. Then Carson had there were tray shots, but these weren't just they were heavy duty whams of a tray in the head, like concussion central.
Well, I was going to say, you was at the back of the room, weren't you, watching? So,
Yeah.
like, how did that sound to you at the back of there? Because
horrific.
where I was,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I don't know if I don't know how it sounded to them in the ring.
It definitely got to have rung a few bells.
Then Wesker and Bev decided that they're gonna have a Star Wars kendo fight. Wesker lost because Bev has the Force in him.
That and the kendo exploded.
Yeah, that was it was a nice touch. BCCW with the special effects budget they've got there. And it ended with Bev hitting a nice moonsault off the second rope to pick up a win. I read that 2 3/4 as well. Like, it was just a fun matchup. Like just typical weapon brawl, but everyone likes weapons.
Yeah.
And
BDK Carson got cut. It was great.
Yeah. And BDK lost both matches, so that's not a good time for them.
Bad times for them, but good times for everyone else around them.
Yeah, definitely. But it's probably going to come back to haunt RC Chaos at the next show, I'll be honest. BDK, team scorned, probably not going to go away.
Who knows? Anything can happen in BCCW, as they say.
Yeah. And talking of anything that can happen, the debut of Millie McKenzie.
Yes.
Crowd loved it. And she was facing someone that's made BCCW their home in a Luna Blaze, a Luna Blue, a Luna Blaze. I'm having a struggling time here.
It's a good day today.
It's a hot day.
It's the heat, mate. It's the heat.
And talking of that, this was my match of the night. I really, really enjoyed this. It was really well done. So it started with, obviously, you've got Millie McKenzie, the hometown hero, versus Luna Blow. That made it her kind of home. So it started with a bit of one-upmanship from both of them, trying to get the advantage. Then they have a bit of a standoff because obviously it's all a bit similar with this. Then Millie decided to go for a bit of veteran kind of thing. So she offered the hand and got her straight into a headlock. Didn't expect that. Then out of nowhere, Luna Blue just kind of like the agility on her, like she completely outdone Millie. I don't think Millie McKenzie expected the Luna Blue to be so agile. Just running around, throwing flips, the tilt whirls, and etc. like that. And then Luna, I think she kind of got a bit too big for her boots and started properly disrespecting Millie McKenzie. Like slapping her on her head, tapping her with a shoe and stuff like that. Which is, if you're going to do that to anyone,
yeah,
Millie McKenzie's not right to do it to.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, this was a big match for Luna for many reasons. Yeah. Like, it's Millie McKenzie, so that's huge anyway. But Luna had said recently that Millie was one of the first people she ever reached out to as well, and Millie got back to her. So this match really meant something to her. So I think she had a point to prove, really. And obviously, it's Millie McKenzie. She just couldn't get over on her, and you could see the frustration, couldn't you, as the match was building. So it was good.
And they showed a Luna posted on Instagram. There's a picture of them after this match, but like a picture when she first met Millie as well. It was a nice touch for all that. But yeah, so she started disrespecting that. Millie then just decided enough was enough with that, and full on top, like having that absolute battering her. She did. I don't know the technical term for it. I'll call it like a suplex twist, where it's they get in a suplex position, but it's like a swinging net breaker at the same time.
With that.
And she kicked out 2 with that. Then full on stomping her down at that point. So I think Millie had enough from the opposite effect of Luna stomping on her. Luna fought with fight back from then. A good dive from the outside. And then Millie McKenzie decided just to go back to the roots of just suplexing Luna Blue out of shoes. And
it went well for her.
Yeah, the crowd wanted more. Luna didn't.
Hey, dog.
And then out of nowhere, she hit her own suplex twist for Luna as well, and she got near fall. And then Millie McKenzie was just a bit too much for her. She hit like a cut of DDT, and they had a bit of a strike battle. Then ended with Luna trying to do like a sliced bread flip over, but Millie McKenzie caught her out of nowhere with a huge spear. And she picked up the win. But yeah, like my match of the night, match of the night. I'm having a terrible. I'm so hot. I learned to work accountability though. This is my fault. Don't blame anyone else. This is me just being bad at my job.
I still blame everyone else.
But and I've been drinking today. 3.25. I rate this 3.25 stars. I really, really enjoyed this. Just Millie McKenzie in her hometown, just showing like women's wrestling being really, really good.
It was great. It was a great debut for Millie. Not that I ever doubted anything with Millie coming in. Like, you know, Millie's amazing anyway. But I love the showing for Luna as well. It was great. She definitely pushed Millie as well, because you could see some of the frustration in Millie when she hit Luna with some of them big moves.
Yeah,
and Luna kicked out or refused to tap out. Really good match.
Yeah, like Luna's. I've not seen a bad showing from Luna since I've seen her wrestling. But obviously, to end this on a downer, here comes TJ Sky. So they've got like a weird rivalry kind of thing going on. So basically, TJ, to go for the previews, Luna got injured. TJ was nice enough to help her out of the arena. Next matchup, TJ Sky wanted a Luna to just take the pinfall so he could win a match. Luna didn't want that. So now TJ comes down in the most sarcastic, mocking, "Oh, Luna lost, oh, get out," and it's and Luna just got out. I'll be honest, I think she was a bit demoralised by the whole situation at that point. Millie McKenzie was trying to swear TJ Sky off, but he was just saying, "Shut up, Millie." it was just,
until she went after him and he ran.
Yeah, he ran, and he ran out. It was like a Benny Hill skit. Like he ran out back. He wasn't having any of that. So following from this, we had a fatal 4-way match for the Black Country Championship. So it was CJ Rollins champion, Lee Hunter, the ultimate heel of Tipton, Keane Kelly, the Sly Fox, and James Mason, like the old school legend of himself. This kind of petered into a good guy, bad guy break. So you had CJ and James facing against Keane and Lee. So both trying to work against each other. They were proper outsmarting Lee and Keane for a lot of this match. They just couldn't get on top. It was a very slow build-up as it was going along as well. But then Lee accidentally super kicked Keane Fox, so you'd expect Keane's kind of went, "You know what? I probably should attack you now." But then they started working together again, which was a bit like, I understand that you accidentally super kicked me, but we should probably carry on with this.
Yeah, he might be a sly fox, but he's not a bitter one.
Yeah, he's just an ultimate tactician, and the tactic was, if I get kicked in the face, I don't want to get it kicked in the face again, so I'll work with you some more. CJ did a great dive, and then they started working as a proper tandem. James Mason and CJ, they were doing like do-si-do moves, the typical old school world of sport, like head hitting off the turnbuckle, going around the ring. Then my favourite part of it, the headbutt low blow.
The battering ram.
Yeah, so picture it as the Shattered Dreams that Goldust used to do, except instead of kick him in the groin, you throw another man's head in the groin. And then the crowd wanted it one more time.
Yeah.
So they got it one more time, and I felt bad for Lee Hunter at that point because
that was it. It wasn't that they put the big man in the corner and picked up the smaller heel. No. They put the smaller man in the corner and used the biggest person in the ring.
Yeah.
As the battering ram.
And what was worse is the second time round, Lee Hunter shouldn't be able to stretch that far. You could tell in his face he didn't want to stretch that far. Like when they put the other legs, he was
tied his legs in that row.
It wasn't good. And then it just utter chaos resumed at that point. There was Lee Hunter trying to use the chairs that they've got there. They're not normal like folding chairs. They're like dining room chairs, if you look, metal dining room chairs. CJ full on took over from that point, and then he pinned both guys with a moonsault. He did his finisher, the moonsault, and pinned both. So both guys, obviously Mason was involved in it, Kean and Lee Hunter. So CJ just came out proper dominant.
Yeah, I think CJ had like a point to prove with this one as well, because obviously he's had the back and forth with Lee Hunter. And with Mason, last time he was in the ring with Mason owned him. He proper schooled CJ. So I think CJ was like, right, this is one of them now. I've got to win this. I have to make a point here.
Yeah, and for James as well, he didn't get pinned, so he still got a point of 1-1. I beat you, which mentioned on the preview. So might get an upcoming championship match with themselves. I read this freestyle, I really enjoyed it. It was just chaos, and it was proper old school, which is weird to say for a Fatal 4-Way, but they treated it like if you would have an old school Fatal 4-Way. That's a perfect way of doing it.
It's like when you said, like the way you said it about the World of Sport. It was it had its elements. And it was good. I enjoyed this.
And then we followed with a returning Kid Lycos, so it was great to see him back after we might as well mention he won Super Strong Style Progress at this point,
He did.
But I heard this was a bigger accomplishment coming back here.
Damn right it is. Brainbuster!
Yeah, it's Brainbusters here. I don't know what Progress is. I haven't watched the Super Strong Style. He might have won with a Brainbuster, all I know. And he was facing the protege of Joseph Connors, Riley Nova. So this started with a bit of crowd pandering. So Riley Nova doesn't realise that no one actually likes him, so he was just thinking it was just certain parts of the crowd. I like Riley Nova because I like Joseph Connors. But certain parts of the crowd were just cheering for Grid Lycus, and it wasn't just because no one likes him. So this went on for like a minute or two of them just going around town. Then Rolling Over did obviously the typical heel thing. Kid Lycus on the ropes, whack him in the back, take control from that. Then Lycus had none of this and was proper on top. This was the first time I've seen Rolling Over's had a few matches where it's kind of been either he's been a bit on top or it's been mixed, kind of like Kid Lycus handed him for a lot of this match. He was on top. He tried the Brainbuster. Obviously, it didn't work the first time because it's never going to work the first time. He's not. They brawled backstage at that point for a little bit. Kid Lycos likes that kind of going backstage, coming back. Lycos on top. Future going for a Brainbuster again, not happening. Riley hit a really good super kick at that point to kind of at least nullify Kid Lycos for a bit. And then it was a chair shot in the corner with a cheating Lycos, kind of veteran kind of thing. So rolling over, remove the turnbuckle. He's going to throw Kid Lycos into it. Kid Lycos is not stupid. So then while the ref is distracted, Kid Lycos throws rolling over into the turnbuckle. He puts the turnbuckle back, which is a smart thing to do because most wrestlers decide not to do that. And then he hits a Brainbuster for the second time in a row that I've seen it. And he picks up the win. I rate this 2.5 stars. Oh, it was a pretty average match for myself, I'll be honest. Like I wasn't fully invested, but I think it was because it was so hot at this point.
Mate, it was cooking in
Yeah.
Ireland. It was like sitting in an oven. I think with this one as well, like Nova hasn't, not that he hasn't had like a chance to showcase, but everyone doesn't know him that well at the moment. And he's quality. He's a great guy.
Really good, yeah.
He's great in the ring, absolutely fantastic. And obviously he's a shit eater, and he like every like, as soon as he comes out, everyone's like, I really don't like you. Why not? I don't know. But I
Smarmy,
don't.
Smarminess, and you can tell when you look at him and go, you're a bit.
We could hear him as well. He's like shouting the photographer. He's like, come back here, take it again, take it again. It was, yeah, it's great.
So yeah, Lycos picks up another win, 2 in a row. So championship on the horizon, I can say. More prestige. And then obviously Aurelian needs to go back to the drawing board because it wasn't a good outing for him, I'm going to be honest. He struggled quite a lot against Lycos. Talking of struggling, TJ Sky was down for his matchup against Mr. Hooker, Shane Hooker. And this was supposed to be a singles 1-on-1. But RC Chaos stood up and told TJ Sky, this isn't going to be as what you expect it to be. This is going to be a number 1 contendership match for King Division. And TJ Sky,
yeah.
he was over the moon about this. He was like, yes, I'm going to win this. I'm going to win. But also, it's going to be a triple threat. He wasn't over the moon with that.
No.
And here comes Luke Douglas. So he was announced for the triple threat due to that Jack Ball couldn't show up at the event. Coward.
Unfortunately, Jack, it depends on how you want to look at it. We can give the Jack, you're a coward. Why didn't you turn up?
No, obviously, there was obviously he isn't the kind of guy that just wouldn't turn up if he couldn't.
No, he was unfortunately he was ill, so hopefully.
Oh no, coward then.
Hopefully everything's going to be okay going forward. Wishing nothing but the best. So obviously we can get him back as soon as possible and have someone kick his ass.
I thought you were in a future endeavour then. Well, the way you were. Hoping the best in future endeavours.
Not quite there yet.
Yeah, but if there's one goal, you're going to do it. No, but yeah, so triple threat. The crowd are well beyond this because Luke has pushed to like the forefront of his like as a good guy there. As I said, it's Bizarro World. He's hated everywhere else except BCCW.
Oh, that pop was good for him. He's definitely over.
Yeah, definitely. So TJ was not a happy egg, which I wrote here. And obviously both Hooker and Luke Douglas. No one likes TJ Sky. I was going to say they didn't, but no one really wasn't a big fan. Obviously, they probably saw what he did to Aluna prior to this. So they absolutely worked over TJ Sky at the start of this. But
rightfully so.
To be fair, TJ kind of got pretty much in control at this point. He was taking on both goals, and he kind of showed a bit of chutzpah. Is what I'm going to write this point. I
mean, we see a lot of whining from TJ, don't we?
Yeah.
We see a lot of whining and piss taking and stuff like that, and bitching because he does that a lot and running away. But you don't get to see his actual talent a lot, and the man is amazing in the ring.
Impressive. Like he's got stupid moves as well. Like not stupid as in really bad, but like really impressive moves.
Yeah. We don't like him. Nobody does. But he's good in the ring.
Yeah, like there's one move I want to mention. It's like a flip rope splash. It's like I think he does like a free. It's going for a 619 variant, but he lands into a splash. Yeah. Very, very good. But yeah, so TJ was in call at that point, both opponents, but then they kind of, obviously, when you've got a 2-on-1 situation, he wasn't really going to last. And they did the sickening arm manipulation, where their arms like that, and both of them on both times, double stomp. Not a good time for TJ Scott at that point. And then Douglas went to his pattern in super kicks, to super kicking people's faces off, which he loves to do at that point. And then everyone kind of hit, like you'd say, the big move, not the finisher, but like a big move out of nowhere. So Luke's got this he gets people in a pedigree position, but he kind of flips them out into a really nice move. TJ Sky's got that big buster, which he does. Then TJ got one of them into, I think it was Shannock, into an ankle lock, and I actually thought he was going to pick up the win after being such a smarmy prat for most of his matchup. Hooker at 450, which was just broken up at that point, by a diving swanton by Luke Douglas, who then obviously capitalised on the this to pick up the win, and he is the #1 contender.
He is.
So from previous shows, Luke was the #1 contender, and I would say he would have won the King of Division title, except for Jack Ball.
Who knows?
So they need to probably look into putting something in place that it just doesn't mirror it again when he has this #1 contendership.
Well, we'll have to wait and see what happens next. Then it's
It's going to be a good show. That's in September, isn't it?
It is September 8th.
September 8th. I'm glad you take notes with stuff like that. I nearly called it the Kingdom to the Heights at one point. But yeah, it's looking good. And this was a really good match. I rated this 3 stars as well. Really enjoyed it. It was a good triple threat as well, because it wasn't the typical triple threat where you have... I like triple threats where everyone's involved a lot. Yeah. It's not like, oh, these two guys are battling each other because TJ Skull is lying on the floor over there for the next 10 minutes.
It wasn't a standard 1-in, 1-out, was it?
No, yeah. I don't like that's the kind of... I don't like that kind of triple threat. Like, I like people when involved. You know, when you just got the guy just watching the two in the ring, waiting for himself to come in the ring.
Yeah.
Young Bucks. So this one, we were getting to the main event, but we had one more match prior to that, which was the tag team match of Clarkwood, the twins of Clarkwood versus Bad Intentions. The twins of Bad Intentions. Ridiculous how alike these all look.
And not all 4 of them. Let's clear that up.
Oh yeah, no, they're quadruplets. I didn't. If no one knew, Clark would have sprouted more twins. But yeah, this was a fun match because you don't get often to see like 2 sets of twins fight each other.
Yeah, you don't get twin on twin a lot, do you?
Yeah, and it was the battle of twin magic. I'm going to be honest. Who could one-up each other? And Bad Intention had that down to a T. The ref was struggling to realise who was in the ring most of the time. They were doing the good old-fashioned. I can't remember if it was Mark or but Mark was kind of letting the team down a lot because he kept coming in the ring. The referee would stop him, trying to get him out of the ring, and they just started wailing on the other guy, and he kept doing it. It was like, you're not helping your partner here. And then they'd do the typical
just getting a kicking
tag, like behind the referee's back. They did it. One of my favourite wrestling spots with these kind of things. Do you know when they've got the abdominal stretching and you grab the hand like that, and then because they're twins at that point as well, distracted, the other guy just came back in and put the abdominal stretch back on. It was like, it works so well. So much cheating though, so much.
I'm okay with a good bit of cheating.
Well, it worked well. It worked really well.
It's not cheating if you don't get caught, is it?
Yeah, and it was good tag team wrestling because they used it to advantage. Clark would have said that at this point was causing their own downfall. He just couldn't get it in his head. Just leave the ref alone. And then it just became a kind of a lot of shenanigans kind of thing. Like, then we're out doing each other. And then out of nowhere, Clark would kind of use the twin manage to their advantage and picked up the win with a roll-up. So after all the downfall, they were just a bit too much of a veteran team for Bad Intentions, who have only just come out of the Joseph Connors. I'm just going to call it the factory. That's in my head. Joseph Connors training factory.
That works.
But yeah, I rated 2 3/4. It was a fun match, and I just like tag team wrestling when it's done really well.
Yeah.
Like,
the response it seemed to get, everyone seemed to be behind it. Obviously, the Clarks being in there always helps anybody and everybody because they're just amazing.
Really underrated. Yeah.
Bad Intentions. I don't think have been around big on the scene for well, they definitely haven't been around as long as the Clarks, obviously, doing this. And it was a good little showcase. Everyone, like I said, the crowd, from what we could gather, they all enjoyed it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. That's all that really matters.
You half of it, and you are our audience. That's it. Nobody else.
I am the audience. Acknowledge me. No, I had to do that then. But yeah, so hopefully we get to see Bad Intentions again. really enjoyed them, and they were recommended from Joseph Connors,
Yeah.
yourself, and RC, and so forth. I hadn't seen them prior to this, but they definitely did a good showing. But moving on to the main event, so we had Joseph Connors, who was going to be in the main event against Dan Maloney. But obviously, Dan Maloney is doing pretty well for himself right now at the moment.
He's doing okay, isn't he?
You know, when you're in New Japan Wrestling, best of the Super Juniors, with the United Empire. Oh, wait, you're not with the United Empire because you're a giant scumbag and you're at the Bullet Club now. To be fair, Bullet Club suit Dan Maloney to a T, though, don't they? Just like young,
seeing him,
vibrant. Yeah.
Seeing the stuff he's doing at the moment as part of the Bullet Club, he's just it's Dan. It just fits him, and it's brilliant.
And
so, obviously, we couldn't be happier for him.
Yeah, exactly. And to be fair, this variation of the Bullet Club, they've done really well, because Bullet Club have been struggling for me to care about them. Like the Jay White era, I'm saying Jay White era with like Gado and stuff like that were kind of a bit of a struggle, but now it's proper young, like Gabriel Kidd, Alex Coughlin, Dan Maloney and stuff. So I'm looking forward to where that's going. And hopefully, obviously, Dan will come back at some point, but at the moment, he's putting himself through the paces in New Japan. So out of nowhere, obviously RC had to kind of call someone up to fight Joseph Connors, and they got a good replacement in Joel Redmond. Absolute brick
How
shit
did you
house.
feel when you heard that one coming then?
I just didn't expect it, and I was just like, I've never seen Joel Redmond live because I've always wanted to, but he's very not around as often that much anymore. But he's a brick shit house of a guy.
Yes, he is.
No, when he first, I was going, oh, maybe he's just not as big as he was, and then he showed, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, he's still ripped.
When he got there to the building, I seen him, and I was like, oh, okay, he's not as big as I remember. I remember him being a lot bigger than that. And then he got much closer to me.
Yeah, it was just in the distance.
Said hello, and I was like, you are a large human being.
But this was always going to be a fun match because, as I said, I will rave about him every time. I love Joseph Connors so much. He just knows how to work a crowd, and it was nice to see Joel Redmond live. And he's a brute. Like he did, like go to the World of Sport kind of thing. He did the like Briggs special where you grab them by the arm and pick them up by the arm. It was like it was horrible to see. Like, there's no way your arm isn't popping out. Where you're getting lifted by your own body weights pushing down in your arm and your hair. So working at the arm at that point, but Joseph Connors was getting proper outpowered, which obviously because Joseph Connors has leaned down a bit, like he's a bit more like lean is the only way I can think.
Yeah, you said it right the first time.
I was trying to think of when cinnamon, and it just wasn't happening. But obviously Riley Nova was down there for a lot of this, and he kept getting involved. Adam was doing a great job of letting him get involved.
A little zebra.
At one point he saw that that Riley was clearly grabbing him and doing stuff, so he just looked at him evilly and went, no. Instead of going, get out. And then this is where I forgot to write notes past this.
Oh, cool.
But I very much enjoyed the match. Redmond and they were just like, it was a bit at that point. Like Redmond was trying to fire up. Joseph was obviously null and void in this. Joseph hit a few big moves at that point where you thought, oh, he's going to pick up another win in BCCW and kind of skyrocket a bit more. But Joel was a bit too much for him. And he hit a monster-like spinebuster. And in the end of the day, Joel debut for BCCW picked up the win. I rated that 3.25 stars as well. Really good main event.
It was fantastic, and what a replacement for Dan Maloney. It was brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely. And they picked him out, like, to suddenly have Joel Redmond in your book to go, yeah, we'll just get Joel Redmond to coming out of nowhere. But very, very good ending the show. Sent me home happy. That's all that matters.
We've already discovered that you are what matters.
Yep.
You are the audience.
Yes, I am the audience. But yeah, so that was the end of the show. This Zoom call is going to end in a minute, so I'm not going to rush it. We might have to just ring you back to do the outro.
Why not?
But overall, really, really enjoyable show.
Yeah, it was a fantastic show. It went on a little bit longer than previous shows. We definitely did run long. There was a few technical difficulties, but you wouldn't be sponsored by Hot Tag Reviews if you Well, let's try that again.
You couldn't have timed that better.
I know, right?
When you went, it wouldn't be technical if it was your hot tag route. No, I couldn't have told it any better. That's staying in. But yeah, so it didn't, like, to be fair, it ran over a little bit, but it wasn't like, I've been at shows where it's ran over and you're like, it's next morning.
No, it wasn't anything like that. Little inside, I help out the back now, like little bits, and we did run long. A couple of the matches ran over, which set you back a little bit, but we adapted, we overcome, as it were, and you kept pushing, didn't you? When you were saying about it being hot, believe me, the equipment knew it was hot because everything kept overheating.
Yeah,
that's how hot it was in there.
Yeah, it was a grim time, and because I didn't like, I had a couple of drinks, but I was like, I can't like drink like a fish here because it's not going to work out well. And because I finished work literally about an hour prior, I hadn't had anything to eat either. So I had a pack of cheese and onion crisps. I should have went for the pork scratchings.
Yeah, I had ice scratching all day. And 3 cans of Monster and a couple of bottles of water.
No alcohol.
I did after the show. At the end of the show, I got a couple of beers down my neck. And then when I got home, I had some dirty chicken. Kept me going.
To be fair, I'm going to order a KFC after this. I think I deserve it. I turned 30 this week. Got to live the life.
Old man now, that's it.
Yeah, the dream was over. I went out on Saturday and I absolutely signed off the 29s in a fantastic fashion. But yeah, so let's go back to the show. Very good show. And I'm looking forward to... I nearly said Lock and Key. I don't know why I say I say the stuff I was going to say out loud because I feel like give the fans what I actually was going to say. I'm not going to lie and say it was wrong. September 8th though, that's when it's going to be, and it's going to be an awesome show. They've got a video package of what the special event that's going to be happening on that show, so go check that out. And obviously you're going to have hopefully a match of Lucas Cashmere versus Luke Douglas will probably be on that show as well.
The key to the kingdom, the show is, and it's a 20-man battle royal, and the winner gets the key to the kingdom. Unlike as the commissioner put it, he cashes in the key. Obviously, you can't cash in a key, ladies and gentlemen, in case you're wondering, but you can use one to unlock an opportunity, and that's what is going to happen. You will use the key to unlock an opportunity to face the champion of your choosing.
So it could be anyone. Like, you don't need to go for the main title.
20-man battle royal as well. That's going to be fun in Tipton.
Yeah,
it's going to be warm in there.
It's going to be horrific.
Yeah,
but luckily I'm not wrestling, so I get to just sit there and complain about the heat. Like, I can't imagine wrestling in that heat. Like,
the guys were amazing. Like they went out going, it's warm. They come back and went, it's warm.
It wasn't even slow pace either as well. Like, they were going full out for it, and I just.
Well, I think that's another thing. Nobody found it in Indy Day. It was start to finish. Even the last match, we're running late, and they could have easily gone, fuck this. It's hot. We're late. Let's just in and out, and they didn't.
And the show in an hour. Yeah, just roll ups everyone.
I don't think Joseph Connors and Joel Redmond would ever not be professional anyway, because they're amazing guys.
Yeah,
but they easily could have done, and we would have gone. Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah, and Joseph Connors is a freak anyway. Like as I said, like lean cardio machine. Like, if he lives for it. But yeah, on that wonderful me fancying Joseph Connors clearly in one show. As usual, the links are in the description. The hot tag review links will be in there as well with the BCCW ones. Like and subscribe. Watch the previous reviews and previews. Not the first one. I was drinking a lot.
It's one of the best.
Yeah, that's what brought BCCW back. I went, this guy drinks.
We like you. You get drunk. Come with us.
Yes. This dark path of but yeah, so once again, thank you for coming on. You are a mainstay of the reviews now. You can't really fall out of them. I've just booked you in continuously forever.
Sounds fun.
But yeah, thank you once again for coming on, and goodbye from me, everyone.
And goodbye.
And it's still really hot.